Good morning. We are cutting across live right now to Udhampur, where we're witnessing the Indian Air Force's air show. Air Officer commanding Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh will witness a scintillating air show at the Air Force Station Udhampur. AOC headquarters J&K and Ladakh was raised in 1952 in Srinagar and shifted to its present location in Udhampur in 1964. It is closely associated with the Army's Northern Command for desired coordination of joint Army-Air Force operations. This headquarter, in fact, played a stellar role during the 1965 and 1971 India-Pakistan wars. Those live pictures coming in from Udhampur in Jammu and Kashmir. There are Sukhois, Apaches, Jaguars and MiGs that are putting up a spectacular air show as we speak. Those images coming in from Udhampur. My colleague Sunilji Bhatt is in fact live with us from the venue itself. Sunilji, take us through the pictures that we're witnessing, this massive show of strength, in fact, by the Indian Air Force, putting out all of its best on display.
Absolutely, Paulimi, a grand air show is on here in Udhampur district of Jammu and Kashmir. Indian Air Force is showing its might. Earlier we saw that how Indian Air Force's fighter aircraft, whether it was Jaguar or the center of attraction today, that was Rafael, they performed in this air show and everyone was mesmerized. And the people who are witnessing this air show gave a standing ovation when Rafael came here. It jazzed up the sky here in Udhampur district of Jammu and Kashmir. And this air show is a clear message to Pakistan as well as to China that Indian Air Force is fully prepared and it can deal with any kind of situation. Earlier we saw that different fighter aircrafts of the Indian Air Force performed in this air show. As I said, the center of attraction was Rafael, the French-made Rafael, and when it arrived here, everyone was on its feet. Their eyes were glued to the sky, and everyone gave a standing ovation when Rafael was seen here hovering over the sky of Udhampur. So it's a big show of strength by the Indian Air Force. Indian Air Force's might is on display, and right now the pictures that you are seeing are of the Chinook helicopter of the Indian Air Force. This helicopter comes very handy when it comes to ferrying Jawans to difficult locations. It can carry about 10 to 12 tons of weight. So you can understand that how handy this helicopter comes to the Indian Air Force, and it can operate in any kind of weather. So these are some of the features of Chinook helicopter, and right now you can see the pictures on air. It's the Chinook helicopter which is part of the Indian Air Force. It is used for different kind of missions. It can operate in difficult locations where in hilly areas also, and in the past we have also seen that how Indian Air Force has used this helicopter for some of the most difficult operations. So here in Udhampur, Indian Air Force is showing its might. This is Chinook helicopter, and earlier we saw Rafael, and the spectators were literally on their feet. The people who were witnessing this air show, they gave a standing ovation. And 35 Rafael jets have already arrived in India. One is still left, but this has left everyone mesmerized here. And here you see that how, I will just ask my camera person to also show you the pictures of the people who are watching this air show. See how they are enthralled by the air show, and they are welcoming each and every aircraft.
Right, so those of course are the images of that spectacular air show which of course the Indian Air Force is putting up on display at Udhampur in Jammu and Kashmir. Sunilji, thank you so much for joining us for those details.